Top left-hand corner of Curious Minds. It's a small map, and this is a map that Classic has shown some interesting ideas on how to play this matchup on. Ladies and gentlemen from Alpha X, trying to make it into the main bracket stage. It's Classic.
And his opponent, playing from the Team Liquid headquarters, the training facility, he is Clem. And you know, I realized I didn't give you a prediction. That was by design. I want my co-caster to shoulder all the blame if he's wrong, and I'm gonna predict that we have good games.
That's always a solid prediction, as we do have Classic scouting out for cheese. He says, listen, I have been down to the farms in France many times. I know that they produce fine cheeses, so I have to look around. I have to scout it out, make sure there's no, Gruyere lurking around this side of Curious Minds.
Well, that's to be a rather smelly cheese. Well, I guess Classic would be happy if, Clem went for something like, say, a brie. A little bit softer of a cheese, one that is easier to mold into what you would like.
Yeah. It's not like a Parmesan, which is hard and brittle.
Yes, exactly. Well, I guess you also maybe want a hard and brittle cheese, because that is one that you can break apart easily.
Yeah, if you're Classic, then you're... yeah. If you're Classic, you're hoping for the Parmesan. But that's not the case. It is just a Reaper at home, so this is not really any cheese. It's just kind of a baguette. It's standard. As you have the quick CC, and overall, I think the expectations for style, like kind of build orders in this game, it's interesting because I feel like Clem is one of those players where everyone's like, wow, Clem's mid-game, his aggression, it's always so powerful and so strong. But the thing is, Clem never really mixes up the early game. Well, I mean, okay. Aside from the Creator Series, of course you have the fact that there is, the one base Hellion tech you can go for is hold that thought, because we do have this Reaper here that's going to be able to find its way into the main base. Managed to get two, and actually is going to be able to add on a third probe kill here. This is a lot of value for an early Reaper.
You got to remember, this is early Reaper when Classic actually bought the Zealot. Generally, if you get a Zealot, you're going to say, yeah, okay, I'm going to get a Zealot. I need to deal with, say, the bunker. The bunker's not going to go up, but I need to deal with that. I need to deal with maybe early aggression. Fine, my Zealot dies, but I don't lose workers. That's kind of the trade-off there. Is, ooh, well, okay, it's not going to work out. Fun idea. But anyways, in this game, Classic loses 3 workers, and he buys the Zealot. That is really, that is just so much more value than he really should expect to find. But Adepts, they're going to look to try to knock this Reaper down. They're going to look to zone him out. There we go. Reaper's dead. So at least Classic gets his revenge.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really going to make up for the fact that you do end up losing those 3 probes. That's just a loss that you're going to have to swallow as the Protoss, and hope that your Chrono Boost will make up for it in your probe production. You see, it zooms that probe production along, and we're actually going to see Phoenix out here for Classic. And I mentioned earlier that Classic has shown an interesting build on this map before. What I'm talking about is that Classic in GSL played a Phoenix Colossus style, but it was straight Phoenix into pretty much 2 base Colossus, adding on your third. It was a very interesting build where he went up to 4 or 5 Colossus, and it seemed like it was a style that he was trying out, and I don't know if that's really stuck.
I mean, the Classic, really, since coming back from military, has resurrected with tremendous favor his love of Phoenix into anything play, whether it's Phoenix Charge. In fact, Classic is one of these players that actually likes to go Phoenix Charge into a rather quick Storm. But for now, I mean, we do have the Robo on the way. We're going to have to see what exactly Classic looks to go for. But there we go. Okay, so as you said, it's 2 base Phoenix Colossus, Robo Bay on the way. And, well, against a player like Clem, who does enjoy being aggressive, I'm not sure that I agree with your statement that, oh, well, Clem doesn't really do all that much in the early game. No, he does like the aggression. So opening Phoenix, it's really good against, say, Hellion Drops. Not something happened this game. But also, Phoenix Colossus, you get a couple Colossus out early against this, what will be actually a really quick stim timing, is rather nice for Classic.
Yeah, absolutely. Having those early Colossus out, really helpful for the defense. But with a tank push, having the Colossus or having the Phoenix as well to lift those up is always helpful. But as you said, this is a quick stim time. I mean, this is pretty much you're looking at a 2-on-1 stim timing here, and that's, I think, almost exactly what it is, pretty much. It is 3 racks. His stim done now, and this is gonna be dangerous. Classic gonna have to try and hold this third base, but there's a tank here, there's a Cyclone, a whole lot of Marines. Those Phoenix are gonna have to come back. You really can't afford to have them across the map. Well, you can, but there's a cancel on the third.
And this is the build that we saw, it's a version of the build that we saw knock out so many Protoss in Katowice. Guess what? Classic was not a Katowice. Maybe not prepared for. Now Clem's stimming out into the natural. There's a force field. I heard it, but I don't see it. I don't know where it is. And now the army's gonna run on it. Okay, there's the force field. It's on the ramp. Doesn't really matter. Clem, he takes the game, game 1, making it look pretty damn easy.
All right, bottom left-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, up 1-0 already. Playing from the Alienware training facility, looking like he's in a spaceship, honestly. The sharp edges and honestly the cool blue light. I really like how it looks. It's fancy. From France, looking to advance in second place alongside Cyril. It is Clem.
And in the upper right, into the gold, looking to prevent the European hegemony in this group number D. He is from Alpha X, Classic. Did you know that D is a number? Did you know that D is apparently a number?
I did not know that.
At least according to Beo, who cannot talk. Look at this. It's a proxy barracks, but not really. It's just the Macarax, but slightly more advanced Macarax.
Yeah, this is the barracks that you hope your opponent comes across the map with a probe and scouts, because you can kind of make them panic a little bit. It is with 2 gas. So it's going to be the faster factory on the back end, just means that you're going to be safe from any sort of early aggression while also getting this hidden kind of barracks. Hopefully, in like the ideal scenario, this causes Classic to panic a little bit, go for a cyber core before the Nexus, but Classic did scout for a proxy first, therefore his probe's not going to be across the map quick enough and goes for the Nexus first. So realistically, this shouldn't really cause any change in Classic's build order.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I feel like, for the most part, the Protoss players have started to just become used to this. But also, I mean, it is a question. You know, is the barracks on my opponent? Where is the Macarax? Because we have started to see these like pseudo proxies where you put it 40% of the way on the map, you put it 50% of the way on the map, you proxy it on the other side, and it's an important read to figure out which one it is. So Classic, once again, he does commit to the Zealot because he's not sure. And last time, Clem got 3 workers, even though Classic did commit to the Zealot. So we're going to have to see whether maybe Classic defends this Reaper play just a little bit more effectively than he did in that game number 1, and just allows him to have a better mid game, a better early game. It allows him to grow a little bit better.
Absolutely. We'll have to see. Zealot is actually going to be attack moved on to this Reaper to be able to push it away. So we're not really going to see it get much damage at all. I think this is already a good start for Classic. Not losing 3 workers, you are happy with that. As Clem, I did not know that a Reaper could be microed like that. As a second Reaper has actually popped out, and I think you can fight the Adept here. As long as you're keeping out of its attack range, Clem, this is just, he doesn't get the kill, but that's insane.
Clem has fast hands. You heard it here first, folks. And we also got to remember, map 1, where Clem got 3 workers and showed really dazzling Reaper micro, that was on Classic's server. Now it's on Clem's server. Now maybe Clem feeling his oats just a little bit more here as these Adepts, oh, they will complete their shade. That's not the play here, I don't think. Now the Hellion and the additional Reaper. So one Adept will not get this Reaper. No way. So great, really damn good micro there from Clem. He knocks down both Adepts. Now it is double Reaper, double Hellion, looking to hive on in, fly on in, drive on in. There we go. Into the mineral line. And yeah, we got another Zealot. We got another Adept for the Hellions. They're going to dive, line them up, but no. It's going to get 3 workers. It looked good for Clem, but no.
It looks good until it didn't. Luckily, the Oracle pops out just in time, turns on the Pulsar Beam, and that's just enough to be able to get rid of the Hellions. And the Reapers, only losing 3 Reapers, I mean, that is extremely lucky for Classic. That could have been so much worse had the shots just gone a little bit different for Clem. But luckily, it means that for now, Classic is going to be able to get out a second Oracle. Assume is going to go up to 3, as you do against Terran, just because it takes 3 Oracles to one-shot SCVs. They have the extra 5 HP. And it's just going to be using these to get some early map presence, get scouting with the Revelations. And hopefully this game should be able to scout the fact that it's going to be that 3 racks with the starport this time. So you will have Vikings and medevacs a little bit later with the push.
So it looks like Classic has a second level of aggression coming on in here, at least planned, as he's going to drop a pylon down behind. You mentioned the third Oracle. That is on the way. A couple, I think we got like one, I'm not even sure we had one SCV go down. But whatever aggression, oh wait, did he not see that? Well, okay. I was going to say whatever aggression is planned is not going to be all that likely because, hey, you know, he gets scouted out, but that is not the case. And look at this. You said he was going to get 3 Oracles. Yes, he did technically, but it's en route to 4. That is, he's just going to go for a big gateway Oracle bust, I think.
Yeah, I mean, 2 Vikings are already out. They push back the Oracles here, and so far Clem just knows 3 Oracles. That's, you know, that's not too crazy. You'll see players go for 3 Oracles in TVP sometimes. It is not something insane that's going to clue Clem into the fact that, oh, this might be some sort of pressure. Also hides the Adepts. Love to see that from Classic, as you now have Stalkers on out, and you're going to be seeing this push come through. As you said, 4 Oracles, 3 Stalkers, and 5 Adepts. This is an crazy timing here from Classic if he decides to go for it, but also there's a tank, there's a bunch of Marines. Clem has a lot of defensive units. It's going to be a hard attack to make work. Those Oracles need to just, I mean, knock down the tank immediately, and here we go. The Shade's going to go in as well. Oracles not focusing actually onto the Marines. Another tank shot goes off as the Stalkers are going to get surrounded by the workers. Oracles trying to find some value, but they're getting knocked down by a Cyclone. 2 Vikings that are eventually going to drop to deal with the Stalkers. 8 SCVs go down, but honestly, not that bad of a hold by Clem.
And I did not like that at all for Classic. The 4 Oracle going down to a 2 Oracle now. It's not really working out. You can target down the tank to almost dead, and then it doesn't die for a whole hell of a lot longer. SCVs, they're pretty good against Stalkers. It just, lots of interesting ideas from Classic, but unfortunately, you need more than good ideas to win a game of StarCraft. You need the execution, and just did not feel like the execution was really there. So now we're going to have Clem running across the map. He had the hold. He's pretty happy about it. He's got a landed Viking. He's got a Cyclone. He's got some Marines. His stim, I believe, is done. Yes, it is. So this is now really hard for Classic to hold. He has no Twilight upgrades. Maybe he's got Blink on the way. We're going to have to see. But it's not here yet, and there are in fact no static defense here just yet. So probes are going to get pulled, and guess what? Marines, they fight probes a whole hell of a lot better than Stalkers fight SCVs. So now the probes are going to get pulled. The Stalkers are starting to go down here. The Oracles, they run into their doom. And yes, there's a Warpin, but the Widow Mine gets the last of the Oracles. There's really nothing here for Classic anymore. Hey, Titan, are you ready? Because we have a Frenchman. He's pretty soon going to find his way into the playoffs.
Yeah, the pylon goes down. There's a small army making its way into the base. 3 Stalkers is not enough. You don't have Blink. You don't have a Void Ray. There's nothing available here for Classic. As the probe pull, I mean, it's good, but you're going to lose so many probes. And at this point, it's not even really worth it. Clem just sits to kill as much as possible. 28 probes fall. Classic commits too far in. The tank gets too much damage. And Clem is going to qualify and make it into the bracket stage.